Oh, hi there. I'm going to talk about something that I've not heard anyone else bring up this point before. I'm under the firm belief that you cannot eat Asian food in North America. And people go, well, that's absurd. There's a Chinese restaurant right over there. There's Japanese restaurant over there. What are you talking about? You can't eat Asian food. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. All the food that they prepare in those restaurants is Asian styled Western food. The food itself comes from here, and it may be prepared in a similar way as it would be if it were, in China, in Vietnam, um, in Japan, wherever. But the fact is, all the food comes from here. And you go, well, a lot of Asian dishes have rice in them, and the rice comes from Asia. I don't think the rice does come from Asia, in particular China, because our government could not trust them not to add anything to the rice, given their situation. Um, they just you couldn't trust them. Um, so it's prepared in an Asian style. But over in Japan, for example, a lot of people around here they assume Japanese food means sushi and tofu. Well, although they do eat sushi and tofu in Japan, it's not strictly what they eat. They eat all kinds of things. Like a lot of poor people just eat like a little bit of beef with rice. Uh, that's where you have to go if you want to eat Asian food. And that's taking into not taking into consideration that they also eat things that we wouldn't eat around here. Like in Japan, they eat dolphins, they eat whales. Uh, there's that. In China, they eat dogs and cats and rats and other disgusting things like spiders and um, just all kind of repulsive things. But over here, it doesn't matter if it's an Asian business owner that bought the food, selling the food, serving the food, and serving it and cooking it in a style that would be done in their home country. It doesn't matter. It's still Western food because the government who created it for them, even though they sold it to them, has the power to come along and take it away whenever they want. It's the exact same thing with Stalin when he came along to Ukraine and took their food. You may go, well, we don't exactly need to do that, and that is true, but you never know if there's severe drought or any combination of reasons why there might be a food shortage. You think the government's not going to come around and take your food if they have to? You'd be wrong. And it don't matter if you legitimately bought it or not. If they have the physical capability of taking it away from you, they will. Um, so, in light of the fact that in Asia they eat all kinds of things that you do not see over here, and for good reason, because that's just not how we operate. Um, the fact is, like you go to a lot of Chinese restaurants, they got sweet and sour pork, they got chicken, beef. In Indian restaurants, they serve lamb. Although they cheat, they put beef in there and say it's lamb and think you won't notice, but I notice. But anyway, um, in their home countries, they don't exactly eat those sort of things. They eat some similar style things. They may have herbs and spices and things like that are similar, but all in all, if you go to an Asian restaurant, particularly in Canada, the United States, or even Mexico, it is that country's food. Um, Yeah, a lot of people don't want to look at it that way. They want to believe we're a multicultural, very tolerant society. Uh, but the fact is, we've accepted um, new cultures into our society in the hope of it benefiting our society. But there's a lot of things they want to bring in with them. They're excess garbage that we don't want. Constantly, you're watching on Border Patrol where Asian travelers are trying to bring their own meat into North America. And I don't know if it's just me. I've seen it a few times, but they never go into the detail what kind of meat it is. And I suspect it's dog and cat, or whale and dolphin, or something like that. I think that they just say, no, you're not bringing this in the country. You're not bringing any meat at all, but you're especially not bringing that. And the reason they keep trying to bring it over is because, well, they get slapped on the wrist with a fine, but they have some sort of connection. They feel it gives them empowerment to to disobey the law in North America, which is we don't eat dogs and cats over here. Because there's a mysticism behind why they do the things they do over there. Just a really stupid thing. The real reason they eat dogs and cats is because they don't have the farming land to support the beef that we grow. They can't have as many bovine as we've got for the slaughter for our burgers, steaks, and what have you. They can't do that, and a readily available source, you know, reaches maturity quickly, and all that, are rats, dogs, and cats. It's low level food. That's taken the human element out of it. I don't agree with eating dogs and cats at all. I think it's a barbaric, disgusting thing, and it's also very pathetic on their part. Rats. It's not that I feel particularly bad for a rat, but they can't help being a rat. So, well, it'll never get to that point here in Canada where we have to eat rats. I don't think for anybody, even a homeless person, can really he can go to a park and pick berries. He'll be fine. He can go to the store, even if he only has $1 to his name every day, he can go in there and get a can of beans and he'll live. Uh, Banana, lots of nutrition in that. That's like 30 cents. You can train yourself to survive on limited amounts of food, and there's food everywhere in North America. But to summarize, if you're eating in an Asian restaurant in Canada, you are not eating Asian food. You're eating food that has been prepared by an Asian. It's an Asian selling you the food. It's cooked in a similar style as it would be in Asia, but it is not Asian food. It is Western food. It's Western Chinese styled food. Completely different. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one, and I'll see you later.